Dan Norman with the Empire Boxing recap, and this is William Zepeda versus Tevin Farmer. So now that I've watched the fight, there's a few things that I thought that Farmer could have done to have more success in this match. So one of them being feinting, whether it's feinting with his arms or feinting with the foot feints. I think that he should have applied that more. He should have tried to change directions more so that he kept Zepeda turning throughout the fight, because he did that in spots, and I found when he did do that, he was making it very difficult for Zepeda to land anything significant on him, and he was also a little bit more exposed to Tevin Farmer's counter punches. Now the second thing, Farmer should have tied him up and walked him back to the ropes. When you have a pressure fighter coming forward and they're used to that momentum, you tie him up, you walk him backwards to the ropes, and then it gives you the rest of that ring space to move around and continue to box. So one of the things that Zepeda did that was very smart in this fight, he predicted that Tevin Farmer was going to tie him up constantly throughout the match. So what he did was he kept a very tight guard, and he kept his arms on the inside when Farmer tried to come in to tie him up, which made his arms go on the outside. So when you have your arms on the inside, you can open up and spread the guard of Tevin Farmer. Therefore, you can start throwing the body shots. So Tevin Farmer in this case, he should have pushed Zepeda's guard, being that his arms were on the outside, and push him off balance. So you can control the guard by pushing him to the left or to the right, and it pushes him off balance, creates opportunity for you to land your punches. As for Zepeda, I think he should have utilized a lot more feinting. He wasn't really doing that enough. He was just kind of walking in. You also want to try and draw that counter left hand from Tevin Farmer, which is a big weapon, because once that goes by, you can close the distance and start working the body. I think he should have stayed out of the mid-range, because later in the fight, he was kind of slowing down, and I noticed that he was kind of fighting from the mid-range, which is when he was getting caught quite a bit by Tevin Farmer. Last but not least, I think Zepeda needs to work on coming behind something. He shouldn't just try to walk his opponent down head first, because he becomes an open target. So next time around, he should work the double jab, straight left, close the distance, and once you're on the inside, you can start working that body and then come upstairs. All right, so my final thoughts on this match. It was very good, very competitive. It turned out to be a war. After 4 rounds, I actually thought that William was going to stop Farmer, because Farmer was looking like he was on his heels. He was injured. He didn't look like he was going to carry on for much longer, but somehow, some way, he dug deep. He showed a lot of character. And the fact that he came down to Mexico, he fought in his backyard, he fought in a tiny ring against a guy that's such a good pressure fighter, just shows to the type of fighter that he is. So ultimately, I think that the fight would have been around 115, 113, 116, 112, something around that range for Zepeda. But it was a very good fight. Tevin Farmer did climb back into the fight in the championship rounds, and he actually hurt Zepeda quite a few times. But Zepeda was able to withstand it and make it to the finish line and get the victory. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Empire Boxing Productions. We'll see you next time.